Hi everybody! Welcome to week 8 of Family Music Hour. I can't believe it's week 8. 2 more songs to go in this song series to make 10. I'm excited to get there with you. So this week is my birthday, and I was thinking about a song that I really love to share with you, but currently all the songs I love are songs that I can't really teach within the time frame. They're a little complicated. So I decided to instead think of maybe some songs from my childhood that really set me on a path to love music and love storytelling and performance. And so what came to mind was the movie, the musical, The Sound of Music. It's my mom's favorite movie, so this is kind of a shout out to my mom. And it's one of my favorites too. And I just remember going around the house singing these songs all the time. And so I do think they were a big part of setting me on the path of music. So this week we're learning my favorite things from The Sound of Music. I like this song because it's short and sweet. They repeat it twice in the movie. We'll just learn the main section. It also is kind of one of those uplifting songs that I've been trying to stick to during this crazy time that we're living in. So that's what we're learning today, and then before we get there, we're going to do a short warm-up as always. And I remind you, please, to support me through Venmo, just something small, $5, $10, just to help me continue doing these videos. After the song series is over, I'd like to continue releasing things. Not exactly sure what it's gonna look like. It might be some like technique videos, or just me walking through a song instead of teaching it to you, but showing you how to use that technique. I don't know yet, but I'd like to continue to offer this, and I'd like to continue to offer it for free for those who don't feel like they can give financially to support these videos right now, and that is perfectly okay. I want this to be free for you and a fun gift for you and your family. So without further ado, we're going to warm up, and then we're going to learn my favorite things from Sound of Music. Let's start with some easy breathing, as always. We're going to take a breath in on a 4 count, release it on a 6 count. What I want you to pay attention to, you can put a hand on your rib cage, your lower rib cage, and a hand right on where your belly button is, where your diaphragm is expanding to do that low belly breath that we use as singers. And I want you to just pay attention to that expansion and contraction as we do these exercises. We'll do them a few times in a row. First time I'll count with you. Next time I'll just do a few of them with you without counting. Here we go. And in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, again. Great. I hope everything feels normal. Be sure when you're taking those low belly breaths, it should never feel uncomfortable. If you feel like you're really straining against your skin down there, you're doing it too much. Take it in slower increments to fill up. Okay, let's do a little bit of active breathing. We'll keep it short. We've done this one before, that ch sound. It's a good one to connect us to our low air, and you should feel ch. You see that? You should feel a little pulse. It may not look as big as mine because I've been doing it for a long time, so those muscles are very active. But you should feel some sort of pulse, and that is just telling you that you are connected to the air and it's coming out nice and aspirated, right? It's launching out. So we're going to do 10 ch sounds in a row, and I'll try to count while I'm doing it. We're going to take a breath, and then you can take breaths in between each one if you need to. Here we go. Alright, I hope that went okay. If you're feeling any kind of movement in your low belly, you're doing it right. If you don't feel any movement, you may not be connected to your air, so just try again, or lay on the ground and try to get that natural feeling of the low belly breath. Sometimes laying on the floor helps that process. All right, moving right along. Just a quick vowel exercise. We're gonna do Z, and then on the next one, we'll do za, kind of like we did last week. So Z, za, Z, za, Z, za. We're just fluctuating back and forth between those two vowels. Here we go. Take a breath with me. Z. Make sure you feel it's very connected to your air. Za, za. You want to feel like that ah is launching out, almost like it's from your front teeth. You never want to feel like it's sitting in the back of your throat. Z, Z. Za, za. Z, Z. Think of the connection as a circle. Za. Last one. Z. Z. Excellent. Okay, that's our easy warm-up for the week. We're going to jump into my favorite things now. I'm excited to teach this song to you guys. It really is a childhood favorite. Brings back lots of memories for me. So we're gonna hop in, if I can get this thing to lay straight. There we go. All right, we're gonna hop in with you just listening to that first verse. Good news about this song, when you downloaded the music, the sheet music happens to be in the exact right order that we're doing it today. Sometimes I tell you that they need to be moved around or certain verses are cut or whatever, but this week it's exactly what's on the page, which is great. So you'll see it's pretty short. In the movie, this whole song that we're learning today just gets repeated. So it goes twice. There's like a short little scene where they talk to each other about their favorite things and then they sing it all over again. So in the interest of time, since I'm trying to keep these videos short, we're just gonna sing the first iteration of it. We're not going to repeat it. But you are welcome to, on your own time, and act out the whole scene. In fact, that would be wonderful. So we're going to get started. Good news is you only have to learn 2 melodies, the verse melodies, there are 3 verses, and then that singular chorus melody. So, and you probably are already familiar with this tune. So here's how it goes. I will play. Yeah, I'll play it for you now. Here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. That's verse 1, and then verse 2 right after it sounds exactly the same, just different lyrics, just different text. So that's how it goes. Let's learn it. Here we go. I want you to listen to these notes. I love how the composer, Rodgers and Hammerstein, did this. They're a famous musical composer duo from a while back. I like how they do this because in the scene there's a storm raging and Maria is trying to lift the spirits of the children she's watching. And you can hear in the music, it's all like very lighthearted, but you have this like, this minor papa underneath it. So there's still a sense of being unsettled. And that's what I like about the ending when it goes, these are a few of my favorite things. It doesn't settle. It doesn't turn to things. It doesn't come to the actual bright sounding moment until verse 3. And you'll hear that. It's all the same notes, except all of a sudden you have instead of. So you can hear the composers wrote a kind of turn in attitude for the kids. They're starting to enjoy themselves. That's just a little tidbit, kind of a musical nerd moment for you. You're welcome. All right, so those are the notes. As you might notice, this song, it's pretty straightforward. I've been giving you weird jazzy things lately. This one is easy. I mean, the rhythm, you get 3 big beats per measure. We've talked about how that works before. Your measures, each measure has the certain number of beats that is allowed for the song, and this one is in 3/4 time, so you get 3 big beats per measure. And it's just straightforward. There's not even a lot of weird rhythms going on. It's straight. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, off. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's a waltz. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Just wanted to point that out before we get into clapping out the rhythm, which is going to be quite easy. So before we get there, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's hum it together. Ready? That's your starting pitch. And. Tricky note. You gotta remember and think to yourself that's coming. That really strange interval. Alright, so now that we've hummed it and you've heard the pitches, let's make sure you understand the rhythm. Pretty easy, like I was saying. It's a straightforward rhythm. We'll snap it together, or you can clap, either way. I'm gonna give you 3 beats before we come in, and we come in right on first beat of the measure. 1, 2, 3. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. See, straightforward. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Breathe. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Off. So, because it's so straightforward, I don't want to confuse you, but some people would take this actually in one. So you would just feel 1 big beat, the beginning of each measure. So it would sound like raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. So for some of you, that might simplify it for you. So instead of doing all those 3 beats together, if you want to feel it in 1 big beat, and that is helpful to feel it in your body sometimes, to beat that beat on your chest, do that. Might even make it easier for you. So let's put it on la now so we can grow our confidence in singing it out. 1, 2, la 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 la. So all of that being done, I think we are at the point where we can sing it all together. I believe in you. I'm going to play the chords this time instead of playing your note. Here we go. 1, 2. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few spend time on verse 2. It's all the same except for the text change. So we're going to breeze right past that. And same for verse 3. It's the same except you have that slight change in the tone of the piece. It's happier. The kids are coming around to the idea. And then I'm going to teach you the very end of verse 3 where we go up, so we go up in pitches so that we can build to the chorus. So we're going to learn that now. All right, I just want you to listen to that slight change at the end of verse 3, getting into the chorus. I'm going to play from the beginning of verse 3 so you can hear that little chord change. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. Ba-da-da-da. Right? So a lot of it at the end, like basically only 5 notes of the ending is different. If you look back at the beginning, if you don't read music, you can still follow the line, the shape of what you're singing. So look at the first verse, these are a few of my favorite things. And look at the last few words, favorite things. You see how it's going up and then it comes back down? Now flip over to verse 3 and follow the line with your eyes. These are a few of my favorite things. It's going up. So for those of you who don't read music, just circle that and mark that so that when you get to that point, you don't forget that part is a little different. I'll play for, excuse me, I'll play for you again so you can hear what that sounds like. Melt into springs, these are a few of my favorite things. Yep. Those are the different notes right there, just 4 of them. These are a few of my favorite things. I'm only slowing down so you can hear it better. These are a few of my favorite things. These are called half steps. Do you hear how close they are together? Boop, 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 boop. So in the music world, we would call that a chromatic scale, although it's not a full scale, it's only a couple notes. A full scale would be much longer. But it's chromatic, which just means we're doing little tiny half steps. I don't know if you can see the piano up here, but I'll show you here. All the notes are touching each other. There's no skips, and there's not even notes that are like just directly together except for B and C. They're all touching. I don't know if that makes any sense. For those of you who don't play the piano, maybe that doesn't make any sense. The point is, while you're singing it, you're just going to be sliding up just slightly. Okay, that was probably an over-explanation of that part. After you sing favorite things, then we get into the chorus, and it sounds like this. Favorite things, when the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. There's a longer ending, I just didn't play it this time. Also, there's an optional high note there, so, well, it's not that high, but I sang so bad, but you could do so bad, which is the lower choice there. I like doing the high part because I'm a soprano. So that's what the ending chorus sounds like. Now we're going to break it down for you so you can learn it. Okay. So the chorus, also pretty straightforward in rhythm. I'm just going to play the notes for you first though before we get to rhythm. Here's what it sounds like, starting at when the dog bites. gave you both options. Those are the two options. I'll play them together. Y'all might be able to do some harmony over there with your family. All right, so those are the notes for that page. Let's hum it together. Here we go. I hope that went okay for you, even though I didn't play the harmony correctly. That's humming. Let's move on to rhythm and la 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 next. Just be sure that you understand a few differences between the verse and the chorus's rhythm. Again, rhythm should be easy, so let's just knock that out. You can watch first and then go back and do it with me, or you can just jump in right now. I'm going to give you a measure of 3 with no singing for free. And then we're going to take beat 1 as our breath, and when the comes on beat 2 and 3. I'm going to go ahead and give you all 3 beats instead of doing it in one for this section, okay? 1, 2, 3, breathe. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel 1, 2, 3 so bad, and you hold it out as long as you can. So as you can see, it's a quick 3 beat. So now this is how it feels in 1. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel off so bad, and you hold it as long as you can. Okay, so those are the 2 versions that you can feel it in, either that really quick 3 beat or the more drawn out 1 big beat. So the actual words and text, that beat right there, the beat that is with the words, that never changes, right? So we're changing how we feel the beat, right? We're changing how we feel the big beat. I don't want to confuse anyone there. That we're not doing anything different between the 2, just a preference of how you feel it. Okay, let's put it on la. Here we go. All right, on la, here we go. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 and you hold it out really, really long time. Again, for those of you who don't want to do the high note. And la 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 la, la la, and hold that note out. That's a little lower. Okay, I think we're ready to put it together. You ready? Yes. 1, 2, 3. That's too slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. We are ready to put this whole thing together. Next, I'm just going to walk you through kind of the order, just to make sure we're on the same page. And then we're going to sing it. So, order, verse 1, starting with raindrops. Verse 2, starting with cream-colored ponies. Verse 3, with that tone change, but all the same notes and rhythms except for the very end. Starts with girls in white dresses. And then we get to these are a few of my favorite things, going up. And then we have when the dog bites, which is the ending chorus. and then you can pick which note you sing at the end. I'm gonna sing that one. Let's sing this whole song! Go and cross your fingers for my piano playing. Alright, I'm gonna try to give you the intro to the song too. Woo! Let's see if I can do it. Here we go.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I feel so
That was not the greatest piano playing. That was fun. That was fun to sing. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I did it imperfectly. Never put pressure on yourself to do it perfectly. It's just to be fun, right? We're just having a good time singing a song together and learning together. So have fun with it. It's your turn to shine. I'm just gonna play along while you sing it all by yourself. Great job, everyone. I hope you had fun singing that song. It's a really special one to me, and I'm really glad that I got to share it with you. Shout out to my mom, Terry Weinberger. Thanks for instilling the love of Sound of Music in me as a child. So it's my birthday, so I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. I plan to share the joy of music myself this week with all my friends. Hopefully they give me a rendition of Happy Birthday. And I extend that invite to you and your family as well. Share the joy of music wherever you go and with whoever you meet this week. Share this song and have a great time. And I'll see you next time. Bye.